divides the topsoil from the subsoil. There's so many things that this could be done, that could be done with this place. But the most important thing, if anyone buying a place, going into debt to buy a place, buy anything, business, you need to have the cash flow. So you need to make money from this place. Now there's lots of ways money could be made. I haven't been making money from it. There's simple ways. You could graze cattle. You could do it on agistment, so you don't have to buy and sell them. That sort of thing can be managed by agents. You could cut hay or cut the grass. I'm thinking about Graham Maddox wanting grass. I haven't looked into that. He's been up here and left a note for me, and I haven't been to see him yet. I'm a bit slack. But that could be a very good way that wouldn't involve animals. That are going to wreck the joint. You see, cloven-hoofed animals, this is all soft, this ground. Wherever they walk, they chop it up and compact it. It's much better to keep them off it. It grows much better with them off it. They do benefit it by shitting on it. Racehorses could be adjusted. Racehorse owners want good healthy pasture for their brood mares and growing out their racehorses and stuff like that. And they are very high paying. I was told the other day that they pay $20 a week per horse. But in that, the horses need supplementary feeding, so it's not only running them on the place, they need feed every day. But that's another option for making money from the place. But I want to try and put my vision, my thoughts for the place here that has been developing in my head ever since I was a kid. Firstly, what I would do, and what I have intended to do here, and I tried to get government money to do it a little while ago and was unsuccessful, is to fence it all. To fence out all the delicate areas where little trees are growing, where you want bush to come back, like that ridge over there. I want bush to come back right down so there's a tongue of bush there. And that would protect all of this side of it and mainly this side of it from wind, and it would grow much better. There's quite a fertile area over in there that could be intensively cropped for something. Now what I see on this part of the whole place, following the same principles, can occur all over it. I mean, If you transferred this property to a place like India, it would be developed quick, smart, be many hands on to work on it, but it would be developed and it'd probably support 2,000 people. In this country we don't have the need for that. You should see where they farm. They farm on the sides of mountains with making terraces and, you know, building it up. Every little bit of fertile ground is growing something over there. And having seen that and compare that to here, this is like a paradise. And it's all, well, in a fertility sense, it's all run down and abused. All of this creek should not be here. The water that flows down the creek out to the weir straight away when it's running, most of that, not all of it, can be held here in the ground as it used to be before there was a water channel, before there was a creek. It was just like a big sponge of vegetation and, you know, everything from big trees to smaller shrubs and plants and all sorts of food plants that the blackfellas would have eaten. They would have had a good life here, but very fertile place with a river which wouldn't have been a river there in those days, nothing like it is now. And that's all another story. I don't... some spuds. Need to throw a heap of hay on them. Need to get the mulcher going, cut some more mulch and throw on these spuds and they'd make more spuds. Yeah, fruit trees and trees growing up, and there's a mistake I made, is planting that beautiful little apricot tree too close to this one. Oh well, I'll just trim that back a bit probably. He should have fruit to get this year. Next year, this one. Didn't this year. You see, all of this needs digging up. This is deep, fertile topsoil. It needs to be banked up so it holds water. Lots and lots and lots of things to do to develop this place. There's a lifetime, more than a lifetime of work developing this place. Into a sustainable human living space that supports the human life. I keep thinking, what's going to happen in the cities when there's no electricity? All the food's going to melt. I mean, it's all going to go off. There's going to be shortages. People depend on the grid for everything. They won't be able to cook. I suspect that life in the future at some stage is going to come to being able to keep yourself alive. And there's a lot of people thinking like that these days. I'm sure you're aware. Well, there's a bit more water in the dam. Little fish, look at them. Shoals of them. They're very timid, they don't like being seen. I'd say that's because they're always looking out for birds who come here and eat them. So any movement up there, they run and hide. They'd be all down in amongst the roots and stuff. Water plants coming here. We're going to have to disturb this again and try and seal it because it leaks. It doesn't hold water very well. It soaks away into the ground when it fills up. It's been full a couple of times. But it doesn't stay full for long. So I'll try and do that one day and try and get it to seal. And it'll hold water much better, and plant a few trees around the outside to keep the wind off it. Yes. Oh, I don't know how to give you a true picture of this, because you guys, whether you're interested or not, you need to have the chance at this, because it was destined for you anyway. Yeah, I've made mistakes, a lot of mistakes. Maybe you guys should have been brought up here. Anyway, don't need to worry about any of that. Well, I'll turn this off, it must be nearly flat anyway. And I'll go up and see Neil and see where things are at. I've got to go down and organise all these films onto something I can send to you. It's all taking longer than I wanted, but anyway.